Hello students and learners, welcome to the new lecture, and in this lecture we are going to discuss about the chapter 2 test. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the question paper that we have conducted yesterday. So some students yesterday they have attended the exam and they have got some good scores. Okay, so but the highest score is 17. Okay, the 17 is not a bad mark, so it is a lot of hard work and they got 17. And why? Because the question paper is very, very tough. Okay, due to the toughness of the question paper they couldn't score full marks in the last exam. In the last exam, that is chapter 1 exam, they got 20 by 20. Okay, why? Because the chapter is little bit easy and also they also worked hard, but this time they couldn't got a full marks, that is 20 by 20, but instead of 20 they have got the 17. Okay, I think few students got 17 marks, and okay, it's fine. So do hard work next time and try to get full marks. And now let us begin our lecture. Okay, so we will discuss about the question paper and we will discuss why this particular answer or particular option is wrong and why the particular option is correct and why not the other options couldn't be correct. We will discuss everything. Okay, so you have to understand the main thing over here. Why? Because you should know which option is correct and which option is not correct and why that option is not correct. You should know everything, then only there is a chance of getting highest or good marks in the examination. Okay, now let us start about our discussion. The first question is, milky white appearance in the lime solution is due to which gas? Okay, so they are saying that respirable air. Respirable air means it is oxygen, so this couldn't be a correct answer. Next is the nitrogen. So nitrogen will not get consumed and nitrogen will not be produced by the body. Okay, so this is also not correct answer during the respiration. Next, the carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is a gas which is released during the respiration. So this is a gas released during the respiration. Hence, it has the ability to combine with the lime solution. So hence, there is a production of the milky white appearances. Okay. So the correct answer is carbon dioxide. So if the carbon dioxide option is correct, this option could not be correct. So the first option is C. So next is the chest cavity decreases when. So when the chest cavity is going to decrease, so when you inhale, okay, when you exhale the gas, so then the chest cavity is going to decrease. So the chest cavity decreases when cellular respiration. It is not correct. So there is no relation to the cellular respiration and also chest cavity decrease. Next, diaphragm release. Okay, so when the diaphragm relaxes, what will happen when the diaphragm relaxes? So it is the chest cavity is going to expand. So this also could not be correct. So the next, diaphragm contract. So when the diaphragm is going to contract, what will happen? The diaphragm will attain dome shape. As a result, so there is a formation of there is a decrease in that. Okay, this is the correct answer. If it is correct, it could not be correct. Okay. So next is epiglottis. So epiglottis, it is a flap-like structure. It is going to deflect the food material into stomach and also into the windpipe. So what they are saying, they just gave the name epiglottis, that's all. They did not give any information, extra information in the question. So we have to choose the correct option to the particular question. So first is the deflection of food into the stomach. So it is not correct. Why? Because the epiglottis is going to deflect the food material so into the stomach, and also it is going to block some air which they block the food material which is entering into the windpipe. So next, the flap-like structure. Yes, the epiglottis is a flap-like structure. So next is both A and B. Okay, so we will see about this later. Next, it helps in respiration. So epiglottis is not going to involve in the respiration. It is going to help in the breathing, but is not going to help in the respiration. So this is also not correct. So the option might be this, the flap-like structure or both A and B. Okay, we will see which one is correct. So a flap-like structure, it is a correct, and next is both A and B. So is it going to deflect the food material into the stomach? Yes, it is also going to deflect the food material. So in that case, these two options are very, very closer. So hence we can go for the option C. Okay. And next, the alveoli. So what is the alveoli? A sac-like structure. So a sac-like structure, it is helping in the exchanging of the gases. Okay, again the same thing. They did not give any information in the question. Only the word alveoli is given. So we will see which option is correct. So first, we will see increase of the surface area. Yes, alveoli is going to involve in the increasing of the surface area in the lungs. It is correct. We will see other option also. Exchanging of the gases. Yes, alveoli is also going to exchange the gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide through the one-celled thickness walls which is present in them. Okay, from where to where? From the blood capillaries to the alveoli. Okay, it is also correct. A sac-like structure, yes, we have discussed that the alveoli is a sac-like structure that is coming from the bronchiole. Okay, can you see here? This is the bronchiole and this is the alveoli. Okay, it is also a sac-like structure. Why? Because it is looking like a sac-like thing. Okay, so if three are correct, then we can go for the option D, all. Okay, so fourth is D. So next is the vocal cords are present in. So vocal cords are present in where? First of all, we have to understand about what is meant by vocal cord. So vocal cords are nothing but a small structure that you can see in the larynx. So these are going to vibrate. When these are going to vibrate, what you will see, there is a production of the sound. Okay. So then when where they are present? Pharynx? No, it is not a pharynx. So the pharynx is not in the pharynx you don't find any vocal cords. So next, trachea. No, trachea is not the correct answer. Why? Because trachea is just a windpipe. Okay, next, bronchus. No chance at all. Why? Because bronchus is a structure that is entering into the alveoli. So next, larynx. Yes, you will in the larynx we can see a vocal cords. Hence you can call it as larynx, a stiff box containing the vocal cords responsible for the production of the sound. Okay, next, the sixth question. The surface of the lungs is increased due to trachea? No, not at all. Most of students opted for the first option, so it is not at all true. So next, the bronchus. So not at all bronchus. Next, bronchioles. So bronchioles are the branches that will make into alveoli. It is also not correct. Next, alveoli. Yes, alveoli is correct answer. Why? Because they are sac-like structure. They are going to increase the surface area. If the surface area increases, remember, if the surface area increases, the rate of absorption of gases also increases. Okay, so to increase the rate of absorption of the gases, the surface area is going to increase. Okay, hence that is possible only with the help of the alveolus. Okay, that is present in the lungs. Next is this option is D. Okay, so next is hemoglobin binds with hemoglobin is going to bind with oxygen. So it is closer to the answer. We will come back to this answer later. And it's the carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide, yes, it is also closer to the question. The carbon is also going to bind with hemoglobin. Next we will see both A and B. Yes, it is also closer. So next is the none. If the three answers are closer to the question, this could not be the correct answer. Okay, as a result, we can go for the option C, that is both A and B. Hemoglobin, remember, hemoglobin not only binding with the oxygen but also binding with the carbon dioxide. In the previous lessons, we have said that the carbon dioxide will be transferred to the lungs from the body parts through hemoglobin and also in the form of plasma. Okay, in the form of plasma also it is also going to travel. Okay, and next, the energy currency of the cell. Energy of the currency of the cell is produced in which organelle? Okay, so next, mitochondria. So it is correct. Okay, we will see other options also. Next, alveoli. So no, not at all. No, there is no chance of alveoli. Why? Because it is going to help only in the exchanging of the gases. Okay, next, powerhouse of the cell. So power is meant by powerhouse of the cell, mitochondria. Okay, so it is correct. Both answers are correct. Okay, and D option is both A and C. So yes, mitochondria is also correct, and also powerhouse of the cell is also correct. Powerhouse of the cell is also known as mitochondria. Hence, we can go for the option D. That is, eighth option is D. Okay. Next, ethanol is a product of where ethanol is produced. Ethanol is produced anaerobic respiration. Yes, ethanol is produced during the anaerobic respiration. Why? Because in the fermentation there is anaerobic respiration. In the anaerobic respiration there is a production of the ethanol. Okay, the first answer is correct. We will go for the next aerobic. Though there is no chance of production of the ethanol in the aerobic respiration. Okay, so this option is not correct. We will go for the option C, fermentation. Yes, ethanol is produced in the anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration means the fermentation also. Okay, hence A and C are correct. Hence we can go for the option D, that is both A and C. Okay, this is the correct answer. A, ninth one is option D. Okay, next is the 10th. The production of energy is high in the which respiration the energy production is higher. So fermentation. So not at all. Why? Because a fermentation, it is not going to utilize oxygen. There is no utilization of oxygen in the fermentation. So if oxygen is not utilized in the food utilization, hence there is a production of less amount of energy. Okay. So next, anaerobic respiration. So no chance at all. Why? Because in aerobic respiration also there is no utilization of oxygen, hence there is a less amount of energy production. So aerobic respiration means oxygen is utilized, hence oxygen is utilized, hence there is a production of higher energy. Okay. Glycolysis. So glycolysis means only the breakdown of the glucose, that's all. Only breakdown of the glucose. After the breakdown of the glucose, what you can see, the pyruvates. The pyruvates are produced. It has to go enter into the mitochondria. Okay, mitochondria to produce ATP. Okay, so this process is known as aerobic respiration. Okay, the glycolysis means breakdown of the food material or the glucose materials. So that occurs in the all organisms. So this is also not correct answer. So here we can go for the option where there is a aerobic respiration. So hence option C is correct. 10th option is 10th answer is C. Okay. So next is the Janus green bee turns pink to blue due to, they are saying that the Janus green bee is going to turn into pink. So first of all, we have to understand what is the color of the Janus green bee indicator. So Janus green bee indicator is blue. Okay, most of students are thinking the Janus green bee color is green. Why? Because the mentioned green is the word green is mentioned, but it's not correct. So Janus green bee, even though letter green is present, it is blue in color. So if the carbon dioxide is present, it is blue in color. Okay, for example, if there is oxygen is present, it is going to turn into pink. Okay, oxygen is present, is going to turn into pink. So as a result, Janus green bee turns pink due to first oxygen. Yes, it is correct. We will go for the other options also. There may be the closer answer to the oxygen. So next answer option B. So carbon dioxide, no chance at all. If the carbon dioxide is present, the Janus green bee will be blue in color. Okay. So next, ethanol, there is no relation to the ethanol. Why? Because it is going to identify, it is an indicator for the gases. So there is no chance of ethanol as an option. So next, the 11th D, A and C. So they are saying A and C. No, it is not going to react with both the gases at a time. So it is also not correct answer. Hence we can go for the option 11th A. Okay. So next is plants absorb oxygen for. So why the plants are all going to absorb oxygen? So most of the students have given for the option light reaction. So it is not at all correct. And some students gave the option B. So it is also not correct answer. So why the option A is not correct answer? In the light reaction, what you can see, the oxygen is produced but not absorbed. Hence with this answer, this option is wrong. The next is photosynthesis. So in the photosynthesis also you can see there is a liberation of oxygen. Hence it is also not correct answer. So next is 12C, that is cellular respiration. So in the cellular respiration we can see there is a requirement of oxygen and hence they are going to consume oxygen. Okay, so this option is correct. And dark reaction, even though dark reaction it is independent of light reaction, it doesn't correctly depend upon the oxygen. Okay, so you can see enzymatic reactions in the dark reaction. Okay, so we cannot go for this option. Hence the correct option is cellular respiration. So 12th one is C option. So next the photosynthesis is a catabolic process. So what is meant by catabolic and anabolic process? The catabolic process and anabolic process, both catabolic plus anabolic process. So these two are the metabolic process. Okay, or you can call it a metabolism. So what is meant by catabolic process? Catabolic process means breakdown. Okay, the breakdown of any material, whether it may be glucose, amino acids, or anything. And anabolic means build up a process. Okay, so we have given the example in the previous lectures also. In the photosynthesis there is a production of the glucose molecules, hence we can go for the photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the anabolic process, but in the option A there is catabolic process. It is not correct answer. So anabolic process, it is a correct. We will go for the other option also, metabolic process. It is up to some extent correct, but we cannot go for this option. Why? Because metabolic process means both anabolic and catabolic process. Hence, it is also not correct. It may be closer to the answer, but not correct answer. So next is none of the above. If one answer is correct, it could not be correct. Okay. Hence, we can go for the option 13th B. Okay. So next is 14th. Aerial roots helps in which what is their role? First option is taking of minerals. Okay. So even the roots also going to absorb soil water, okay, plus minerals and so on. But what they are asking about the aerial roots importance. The main function of the aerial roots is to absorb the air. Okay. So hence we cannot go for this option. Next is taking up the nutrients. So it is also not correct answer. Why? Because they are related only with the air only. So taking of air, yes, it is correct. So option D, all. If option C is correct, D could not be correct answer. Okay. So hence we can go for the option C. Okay. 14th one is C. So next is 15th. Energy currency of cell is. So what is meant by energy currency of the cell? First of all, we have to understand what is energy currency. Energy currency means a compound which is essential for the cells for the metabolism. Okay. So here the ATP means adenosine triphosphate. So let us consider this is the sugar plus adenosine. Okay. So it contains phosphates. How many phosphates? 3 phosphates. Okay. When the terminal phosphate is broken down, so there is a production of, there is a synthesis of the ADP. Okay. So ADP will be produced. ADP means 2 phosphates. Only 2 phosphates are present. So in this process, when this breakdown is seen, upon the breakdown of this bond, there is a production of the energy. Okay. So energy will be produced over here. So this energy is produced. Hence we can say that the ATP is the energy currency of the cell. Why? Because it is going to provide the energy. Okay. Next is ADP. It is not at all. Why? Because ADP is going to not provide any energy. NADPH, it is not also correct. And the answer is D, not at all. So which answer is correct? We can go for the option A. 15th option is A. So next is the lenticels are present in. So first of all, we have to understand what is meant by lenticel. Lenticel means it is a structure which is helpful in the taking of the gases. Okay, where they are present? First of all, plants. Yeah, plants. In the plants, you can see the lenticels. It is also correct. And animals, you don't find the lenticels in the animals. Why? Because the animals has a separate system for the respiration. Okay, lungs or the cutaneous respiration, buccopharyngeal respiration, and so on. So the lenticels animals don't need any lenticels. So leaves are going to exchange gases, but leaves have the stomata. Okay, so it is also present in plants. It is up to some extent correct, but it is not closer to the answer. So next is lungs. Lungs do not have such kind of lenticels. Lungs have the alveolus, but not lenticels. Hence, we can go for the option A, 16th A. Okay, that is lenticels are present in the plants. Okay. So next is oxygen debt is. So what is meant by debt? If you take some amount of money from someone, that is known as debt. Okay. So in the during the heavy exercise or strenuous exercise, there is a less amount of oxygen in the body. Okay. Hence, we can call it as a oxygen debt. Okay. In that case, if there is deficiency of oxygen, then you can call it as a oxygen debt. So in case of excess oxygen, you cannot call it as a oxygen debt. So this is not correct answer. So deficiency of oxygen, yes, it is closer to the answer. So next, normal level of oxygen, it is up to some extent it may be closer, but it is not at all correct answer. Okay. So next, option D, not at all. So hence we can go for the deficiency of oxygen, that is option B. Okay. So next is 18. The cellular respiration eukaryotes occurs in. What is cellular respiration? The breakdown of the glucose. Okay, the glucose plus oxygen is utilized to produce the energy. Okay, so this can be seen. This process is seen in the eukaryotes. So what is meant by eukaryotes? These are the animals which has the nucleus. But in case of prokaryotes, the glucose is broken down. It is not going to utilize most of the times. It is not going to utilize oxygen. Hence, they are going to perform a process known as fermentation or anaerobic respiration. Hence, there is a production of the energy, but it is going to occur in the cytoplasm. Okay, cytoplasm. But in case of eukaryotes, the cellular respiration is going to occur in the cytoplasm plus mitochondria. Okay. So in the cellular respiration in eukaryotes occurs in. Eukaryotes means the animals which has a nucleus. So in the nucleus, not at all. So it is a small trick to confuse you. There is no the cellular respiration will not occur in the nucleus. In the cytoplasm, yes, in the cytoplasm you can see here. Just now we have seen this in the cytoplasm it is going to occur. And mitochondria, yes, in the mitochondria also you can see. Okay. So option D, both B and C. Yes, this option is satisfying both answers, both options. Hence we can go for the option D. 18th option is D. So 19th is trachea is also known as, what is meant by trachea? It is a tube that carries the air. Okay. So first windpipe, yes, it is correct. Food pipe, no, it cannot be food pipe. Why? Because the food will be carried by the esophagus. Okay, it could not be correct. Larynx, larynx is a structure that is present in the windpipe. Okay, you cannot take it as a correct answer. Next, all, if one is correct, it could not be correct. Okay, so hence 19th option is windpipe. So 19th one is answer option A. So next is final utilization of the food is, so digestion of the food. So no, it cannot be digestion. Why? Because digestion of the food material will lead to the production of the nutrients. Okay, that's all. So next, absorption. So absorption function is done by the villi. Okay, the villi is going to perform this function, that is absorption. So excretion, no, excretory system is going to do the excretion. So it could not be correct answer. Okay. So next, respiration. Yes, the respiration is correct. Why? Because in the respiration, the oxygen is utilized. Oxygen is going to combine with the glucose molecules, that is a nutrient produced after the digestion, and leading to the production of the energy, that is ATP. Okay. Hence we can say that here the food is completely utilized. Okay. So hence we can go for the option D, respiration. Okay. And these are the answers. And if you want, you can go for the exam again, and you can attend it. Okay, but change the email address. And I hope this lecture is helpful to you, and we will see in the next lecture. We will discuss about the topics of the chapter 3, that is transportation. Okay, and we will see you in the next lecture again. Okay.